Can Ackeem Blake successfully defend his 100-meter 2024 Diamond League title at this year's Zurich Diamond League 2025? Plus, highlights of day one of Zurich Diamond League 2025 and more. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button and continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Drop a video you just want to Peter Lloyd World, Austria, all the content. Please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, are you ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, first up, we have highlights of day one of the Zurich Diamond League, which is the Diamond League final for 2025, where there were some Jamaicans in action who did okay. Now, let me tell you right now, this is a field event, and several of these Jamaicans are the Jamaicans who understand and want to hear about. But people, they are wearing the colors. I have to report on them. So this is how Jamaica did on day one of the Zurich Diamond League, which is the 2025 Diamond League Finals. First up, let's take a look at the men's shot put. Well, Jamaica won its first medal at this year's Diamond League Final when Rajinja Campbell took bronze medal in the men's shot put. The event was won by the American Joe Kovacs with a throw of 22.46 meters, with Jamaica's Rajinja Campbell throwing 21.87 to take that third spot. Peyton of the United States took second with a throw of 22.07. Here is Rajinja Campbell's throw.
Top three. Needs to get up around and beyond 22 meters, Campbell here. Well, it looks long. Whoa.
And the winner, Joe Kovacs' throw.
Moment. This is a free throw. Kovacs.
In the men's long jump, we did not medal. Jamaica's Kerry McLeod took fifth and Wayne Pinnock took fourth. This, of course, is in the men's long jump. The long jump event was won by Simon Ihama with a jump of 8.32 meters, the best on the day, with Furlani taken second with a jump of 8.30. Both Jamaicans came fourth and fifth. Wayne Pinnock came fourth with a jump of 8.15, and Karen McLeod came fifth with a jump of 8.07. Here is McLeod's jump.
Messed with his run up a little bit here, chopping into the board.
This is Pinnock's jump.
Rivalry developing between those three. Well, that's a pretty good.
The Paris Olympic Games 100-meter champion, who took second in the 200 meters at the Paris Olympic Games, if my memory serves me correctly, Julian Alfred. Well, she says she's not afraid of nobody, people. I don't know if she's talking about tomorrow's race or she's talking about the upcoming World Championships. But take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, for me, whenever my coach feel like I'm ready to get out there, and he always says to me, he will never put me on a line if I'm not ready to compete. So I know that whenever I'm there, I'm always ready to compete and not scared of anybody.
Joe McCann, but I call no foul. All right. Now, so that's our wrap up for day one. Jamaica walks away with at least a bronze medal. Yes, I don't know, I don't want to mention the people them, but they're wearing the colors, people, so I have to talk about them until them stop wearing the colors. Okay, so we did not speak about the fact that at the Brussels Diamond League in the men's 400 meters invitational, Jamaica's Antonio Watson, the 2023 400 meter world champion, so therefore he will be the defending world champion going into this year's Tokyo World Championships, ran the best time he has ran since the finals of that win in 2023 at the World Championships in the men's 400 meters. Watson won that race in a season's best of 44.89. And of course, I chose not to speak yet because I've seen many people saying, yes, this means he's back on track. He's going to win this year's 400 meters, which, I say that is what I would like. I want to see him win the 400 meters. But let me be honest with you. This time that he has run a 44.89 makes him the 49th fastest 400 meter this year for the 2025 season. just behind Rashid McDonald, who also has a 44.89 run, according to World Athletics. Now, I am not saying it's impossible for him to win, but he needs more races under his legs. He just does. He could improve enough, but he has to skip over 48 other people to get into that top spot, people. Of course, there's also the possibility that the top 5, top 10, once, of course, he gets into that top 8 in the finals at this year's World Championships, of course, he will always have a chance. But I am not yet as excited as I was in 2023. 2023, remember, I was one of the persons who said he's going to win and asked me if they're mad. Because it was sort of evident. I saw the races, I saw him improving consistently. Yes, 44.89 is the right direction, so I'm not going to say this is a bad thing. But I can't get up and say, yes, he's going to win at this point, not based on this time. I think for him to win, he has to be running a 43 so. This is just my personal opinion. I think that race is going to be really, really fast. I do think he has the talent and the capacity. I just think he needs some more races, and there's just not enough races left. So that's why I didn't comment. All right? I'm not being a downer here because I know I love the yard of them. And I try to give you the numbers, the facts. But for me, he's trending in the right direction. And I hope I'm completely incorrect. I do think he's capable of winning. But I can't really tell you this until I see how he performs in the heats and in the semis at this year's World Championships. Okay?
Introducing Peter Lloyd World Merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below. Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
So we're going to give you a little preview for tomorrow's day 2 at the Zurich Diamond League, which is the Diamond League final for 2025. Let's first take a look at the women's 200 meters. No one wearing the colors here for Jamaica, but I kind of think Dina Asher-Smith, Battle, and Brittany Brown, as well as Talu, are the names that we need to look at based on their most recent performance. In fact, Brittany Brown seems to be coming really into shape, as we recently saw at the Lausanne Diamond League in the pouring rain when she dropped a 22.23 to take the win against Dina Asher-Smith and others who she will be racing with tomorrow, including our ever-improving Marie-Josée Talu Smith of Cote d'Ivoire.
Well, in lane 3, it's all to play for here as they come down to the home straight there, right in the middle. It looks as though Brittany Brown just moving away, and in 2, Talu Smith is coming. It's going to be Brittany Brown from Ophelia, Talu Smith.
So for me, the race is going to be between Asher-Smith, Battle, Brittany Brown, and of course Talu Smith. I am leaning towards Brittany Brown, although honestly I would rather Talu Smith and or Asher-Smith win. Asher-Smith has just not hit that peak thus far. That's my prediction for tomorrow, okay? In the women's 200 meters. Women's 400 meters is going to boil down to these 2 young ladies, of course, Paulino and Nazaire. And I think unequivocally it's going to be Paulino that walks away with the win in this one, although it's a great lineup. But I think Paulino is going to win. The last time we saw her race, I think it was at the Celestia Diamond League, where Nazir had won almost like a 4-meter lead coming into that final straight, and Paulina powered past her. So I think Paulina is in the shape of her life. So I'm giving the win to Paulina with Nazir taking second.
But she does like to come late, but Eat Nasser's got a march there, clear daylight. Williams also going well, now comes back. Paulino, has she left it too late? Eating into the ground, stride by stride. Once again, she's done it to perfection. What a run.
Those 200 meters have really been helping Pauline, you can see it. Now, the one that I really don't know what to say about is, of course, the women's 100 meters hurdles. I want either Danielle Williams and or Kira Nugent to take the win, and it is highly possible given the lineup. Of note, there is no Masai Russell, no Megan Tapper. So I am looking at this race, and this is what I'm breaking it down in my head. Toby Amerson has been improving in leaps and bounds. She's going to be in that top 4. She could even win. Kambunji is a factor. Nugent definitely is a factor. Williams is definitely a factor, as well as the American Grace Stark. Now, the last time we saw this ladies run was at the Lausanne Diamond League, where it was Nadine Visser, who is not in the race, who walked away with the win. She's been running really, really well. As I said, it's very difficult to say who's going to win this based on a prediction, because the women's 100 meters hurdle is pretty much unpredictable. It just depends on who executes the best on the day. So I am thinking Amerson, Williams, Stark, Nugent. That's the top 3 is amongst those 4. That's my opinion, and I believe both Jamaicans should walk away on the podium. This is in the women's 100 meters hurdles.
And 7 and 8. Russell out sharply, also Amerson away, and Kenny Harrison's got a good start over in lane 2, and Kambunji's right in the mix here, and also going well is Visser, who's absolutely storming through. It's going to be Nadine Visser who's going to take this. Kambunji right up there. Russell had a horrible hurdles, 2 to 4, 5, came.
So the women's 100 meters is going to be fire, people. True fire. Femke Ball is going to win the women's 400 meters hurdles. No surprise there. I believe Anjanette Knight should do enough to take that be in that top 3 based on the lineup. It's going to be very, very competitive, but I am thinking Kemfe Ball in that top spot, clearly, and Anjanette Knight in the top 3. That's my prediction for the women's 400 meters hurdles tomorrow.
Great, good running from Jasmine Jones outside her in second place. Bull now striding away in isolation as she's getting used to. She's got a 6 or 7 meter lead here in lane 3. Great running from the Slovakian Zabletalova to come through, challenging for second. But watch Bull, that's a 12 meter lead, crosses the line. 51.92 from Femke Ball.
So Anjanette Knight is a sole Jamaican in the 400 meters hurdles, carrying the flag for Jamaica. The triple jump. Definitely Ricketts will be, I think, in that top 3. The persons she has to watch out for at this point in time are the 2 Cubans who are just absolutely on fire. But I see her in the top 3, meaning Jamaica's Shanika Ricketts. The men's 110 meters hurdles, the only Jamaican repping will be Orlando Bennett, the reigning national champion. But he just has not been having a great season, so I don't really know what to say. I can't say I think he's going to be in the top 2. To be top 3, to be very honest. The men's 200 meters is going to be between these 2 young men, Tebogo and Noah Lyles. That's what I am thinking if both are in great health. I am kind of thinking Lyles may have the edge in this one, but I also believe that, honestly, Tebogo can beat him. Based on the last time we saw them race each other, which was at the Monica Diamond League, where Lyles beat him in the last 2 meters in the 200 meters.
Just as they enter the straight, is on terms with Noah Lyles. These 2 side by side down the home straight here. Lyles going to the arms. Lyles trying to hold off. Let's see later.
So I'm leaning towards Noah Lyles, but I kind of think Leslie Tebogo can pull out the win here. Now, the men's 100 meters. Ackeem Blake, who is the current reigning champion for the Diamond League finals, which he won last year. So he's the defending champion. Here was his win last year at the Diamond League finals in the men's 100 meters. Jamaica's Ackeem Blake.
Coleman gets out fast as you'd expect. Blake is right there with him as well. Fred Curley with some work to do. It's Blake and Coleman in the front at the moment. Coleman might just have this one. It's going to be close, but Blake hangs in. Blake gets the win. I said he's been looking really good since Paris. He matched Coleman from the start.
So let's take a look at who his competitors will be. There's no Kishane Thompson, no Blake, and no Noah Lyles. No Kung Fu Kenny. So Trayvon Bromell, factor, I think. Christian Coleman, factor. Brandon, factor. Simbini, factor. But based on the last series of races, I am thinking that Ackeem Blake could successfully defend his title here. We did recently see him running in the pouring rain in the Lausanne Diamond League, where he took a third, running the same exact time as Noah Lyles, who took second in the men's 100 meters behind the clear winner, Oblique Seville. Seville, of course, ran that 9.87 in the pouring rain, with Lyles running 10.02 and Ackeem Blake running 10.02. Now, of note, Lindsay ran 10.27. Akana Simbini ran 10.05.
Good start from Oblique Seville. Oblique Seville at the moment has got the lead on the rest of the field, but Noah Lyles likes to charge at the end. Oblique Seville streaking away from the field here. He takes a second Diamond League win, 9.87.
Now this, of course, is my 2 cents. So can Ackeem Blake defend his 100-meter Diamond League Finals title? I think he has the edge here. I think he's kind of rounding back into form. He was in good form early in the year, and then he sort of went out of form. I think that this might be because of how early Jamaica had our Jamaica national trials. It's kind of a weird time, 2 months out. I myself said I sort of liked it, but I'm not sure, and I'll do a whole video on that at another time. So do I think Blake can win? I think Blake's biggest competitor is going to be Coleman and Simbini. I think you cannot count out Simbini, and I think Coleman could. I think Blake has Coleman's number, so to speak. He understands how to beat him. Coleman fades in the last 30. If Blake remains strong throughout, and if he drops a sub 10, I think he could walk away with the win. So I do think he has maybe a 50% chance of taking the win here, but it's not going to be easy. Simbini is going to be right breathing down his neck, and Christian Coleman is going to be right there. I kind of think the race is between those 3 men. I may or may not be correct, but I am leading towards Blake winning here. Coleman third, Simbini second. That's my prediction. You can tell me if you think I'm nuts, but that's what I am thinking. I mean, considering that there's no Noah Lyles, no Oblique Seville, no Kishane Thompson, no Kung Fu Kenny, no Fred Curley, that's what I'm seeing. I do think Blake has the slight edge here. He just needs to execute properly and keep his nerves. He should walk away with the win. It's going to be tight. However, and I do believe that Simbini did kind of peak way too early, and I think we're beginning to see signs of that. But I think the same thing happened to Ackeem Blake, to be very frank with you. But I'm leaning towards Blake. Now the women's 100 meters. We will talk about that in another race, in another video. Okay, we will definitely talk about it in another video. But I am thinking that about 4 Jamaicans here should walk away with some kind of medal. This is my personal opinion regarding tomorrow. A lot of the heavy hitters are not here, obviously. A lot of people stepped away because they're focusing on Tokyo, which is in what, 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. But at this point, Blake could be a gold medalist here. He could walk away with the win. Of all the Jamaicans I'm talking about, Ricketts, I think, also has a chance. Knight, I think, should be in that top 3, meaning Antoinette Knight in women's 400 meters hurdles. I think between Williams and Akira Nugent, we should be in the medals in the women's 100 meters hurdles, but as I say, it is very unpredictable. I can't say the same thing about Orlando Bennett. To be honest, he just has not been in great form recently, and I don't want to lie to you or myself. And I try to follow the numbers. But he could surprise us, and again, it's a hurdle, so it's who executes best on the day. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Let me know your thoughts. I would love for you to continue to support the channel. Thank you very, very much. And don't forget to check out our merch at printify.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. Get something, people. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless up.